Well, good morning, my friends. Welcome to Live Inspired with John O'Leary on this gorgeous Wednesday morning here in September. One of my favorite quotes is, "It's not about finding your voice. It's about having the audacity to actually use it." I thought of that quote recently while having a coffee conversation with a gentleman who is a young speaker. He wants to grow in the business. He wants to touch lives through his story. And he asked me if I remembered my first presentation. You got to understand, I have now shared my story more than 1,600 times, I think in 48 states and 15 countries. I have finally found my voice, if you will. But my very first presentation was in front of 3 Girl Scouts. They were third graders. And I spoke not on my story being burned as a little boy. I didn't have that voice yet. I told the story instead of Abraham Lincoln and all that he went through, because I did not yet have the audacity, the courage, the willingness to share my voice. I have learned, though, over the decade and a half or so that I followed, that in being bold enough to not only listen to your voice and to discover the unique beauty of that voice, but to also have the audacity to use it in a way that doesn't really necessarily elevate you, but elevates those that you're sharing it with to realize the beauty of their own voice, the power within their own story, and the ability they have through their lives to transform and to elevate the lives of those around them. My friends, this is the calling for each of us in leadership, as students, as teachers, as nurses, as business owners, as consultants and sales leaders, to not only find our voice, but to be bold enough and audacious enough to use it. I thought back on that story recently on a recent podcast while interviewing Sally Hogshead. She is an expert at teaching each of us how to discover and then to elevate and then to sing even more beautifully and loudly with our own voice. You're going to love it. Check it out at johnolearyinspires.com. That's where we keep all of our podcasts, but you're going to really want to check out the Sally Hogshead episode. So for this time, and until next time, remember, this is your day. Live inspired.